What's up? It's Jamani. So I just got off TikTok live with Young Chark. I was not expecting to make this video at all, but I'm not gonna insert myself into like the TyTheGuy versus DuB situation more than I already have after this video, unless somebody responds to me and it turns into something where I decide I want to respond, or maybe I should respond, right? So basically I'm talking to Young Chark, right? And I wasn't really expecting the conversation to go the way it went, right? As far as in, Chark was kind of being more defensive on like, I understand DuB is his man's, and to even get to that, like, first of all, I'm wrong as far as in, again, placing myself in a beef that had nothing to do with me, right? It's one thing to make a reaction. It's completely different for me to kind of place my personal situation and emotions in the situation, and I take accountability for that, right? I mean, just for people that don't know, I don't feel entitled. I don't feel like DuB owes me anything. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? But on an emotional level, on a personal level, I'm just kind of speaking on just between me and DuB. It's like, bro, you was watching my content early before I think early. And it's like, you see my situation, you're in a situation that you could better, do something, do a reaction to my content, anything. For me personally, I would respect that. I would like appreciate that. Like, that's just me. But again, we live in a world, don't nobody owe you nothing, right? DuB don't owe me nothing. And I want that to be clear. Like, I don't feel like he owes me nothing, but I'm just coming from a point of like empathy and like, just genuinely showing love. Like, bro, I rock with you. Like, but again, I'm really here to talk about Chark too, because Chark really made me mad. And I'm looking at it, and what made me mad about Chark was I'm giving him points of like where I'm kind of coming from. And, he was telling me like, yo, you kind of coming at DuB kind of like seriously. And then I'm like, nah, bro, it's kind of just content. I'm doing a little bit of clout chasing. You know how this go. He's like, yo, like, it's not like, that's not the way. Maybe somebody screen recorded a conversation. I didn't. But like, it was just like, he was just like, that's not the way you come off. And I'm like, all right, yeah, you're right. I definitely came off with a lot of energy. And then I'm just like giving him the points on why I came off the way I did. Not just for content, not just like for as like a reaction video, but like even on a personal level too. Like, so I talk about TyTheGuy, right? And I talk about how DuB responded to Ty and calling Ty broke. And I'm gonna say this about TyTheGuy. TyTheGuy is 100 times a better man than I am. TyTheGuy he has more money than I am. TyTheGuy is more respectable, more honorable than I am. TyTheGuy is just he's better than me. It's basically what I'm saying, right? As a content creator, as a man, as a father, as a friend, as a person, TyTheGuy is better than me. You could look at TyTheGuy and then look at me. That's what it is, right? So I'm saying like, yo, like when DuB is calling Ty broke for being a working construction. When you look at my content, bro, I work regular jobs all the time. So I'm like, yo, I'm like Chark, like DuB needs to humble himself. And I stand on that. DuB needs to humble himself because the things that he's saying applies to a lot of people, including somebody like me. So, the conversation kind of went left for me, not just when like Chark was kind of being reluctant to kind of like really accept what I'm saying. It was like he told me to apologize, and I'm like, as a man, I'm not gonna apologize because I gotta stand on what I said. Now I will admit that I'm wrong for like coming at DuB the way I came at him in the video, especially the video on TikTok. It got like 100,000 views as of right now. And you know what I'm saying? It's doing pretty well on TikTok. And I'm pretty sure I got back to him, and there's a lot of backlash to that, right? So, but I got a lot of backlash from it too. People telling me about being entitled. So it go both ways, you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, right? So, Chark told me to apologize. I'm like, nah, man, as a man, I got to stand on it. And then Chark is he's just kind of disagreeing with me in every way possible, right? He's not even like kind of kind of like, yo, bro, I understand where you coming from. Like, yeah, bro, I feel you, but not like, no, he's just like, nah, like, nah. Like, he's disagreeing with me. And that's okay, because I understand, like, Ty and DuB got, obviously, apparently, they got a real situation, and everybody's picking sides, right? Or nobody wants to pick sides. Nobody really wants to pick sides. And me placing myself in this situation, ain't nobody gonna pick my side, because there ain't no reason to. Number one, don't nobody know me. You know what I'm saying? Chark don't know me. Ty don't know me. I've talked to Chark a few times. I've talked to Ty only one time, but like, they don't know me. And keep it real, like, when people pick sides, they're usually gonna pick the side of somebody that's more beneficial. But that's just, at the end of the day, they don't know me. And then at the same time, I'm also wrong from like a sense of like entitlement. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know, DuB said he watches my videos. And then me feeling like, yo, I'm telling Chark, I'm like, yo, bro, overall, I'm just saying, like, yo, if he's saying all these things about TyTheGuy, and Ty, if you know, Ty's above me in every way, financially, in every way, Ty is above me, and you're talking down on Ty, how do you really feel about me? Not to mention, yes, bro, you was watching my content, and I'm very well known for crashing out. I'm very well known for crying out for help, bro. I'm very well known for just being unconditional, bro. Like, just being like, you know what I'm saying? I'm down bad, bro. Like, that's the reality. I'm down bad, bro. Don't nobody owe me nothing. Let me, and I said that 5 times in the first video, but nobody cares. They're still gonna say, bro, don't nobody owe you nothing. Fine, bro. When I get on and I get rich, let's keep in mind, I don't owe nobody nothing either, just for the record, right? But here's the thing. It got to the point where with the whole apology thing, right? I'm like, bro, I'm kind of like, it's not no beef, but I'm at the same time, if I see DuB, it's whatever he wants it to be. And I'm like, yo, what you like? And I'm like, if I see DuB, I'm not going to do nothing. Keep it real with you. I don't think I'll ever see DuB. I don't think I'll ever see any of them unless I get on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to make it, right? Because what, these dudes be in LA, they probably be in other cities, other states. I'm just in Rhode Island. So unless you plan on pulling up to Rhode Island to come look for me, you not going to bump into me unless I make it, right? That's the chances. Like, I'm not going nowhere, bro. I'm stuck here. So I don't think I'm going to bump into them anytime soon. But even if I do, I'm going to keep the same energy, because a part of it is like, I'm not trying to come from entitlement, but it's coming from like, I know people don't really rock with me like that to show me no love, bro. And if that is entitlement, then fine. I'm being entitled, bro. Bro, regardless of what you people think about me, regardless of how you feel about me, I genuinely feel like, bro, I'm a good dude to people that's good to me. I show love to people that show love to me. Don't nobody owe me nothing, of course. And I understand how I'm a liability in a lot of aspects, just to get to the point where it's like, you know, there's 100 reasons on why somebody wouldn't do nothing for me, right? All right. I don't even really care to get into that. Again, don't nobody owe me nothing, right? Get back to like, because I'm going to get back to Chark, where Chark made me feel different about him. Because I told Chark, like, even in the video, I shout out Chark, and I'm like, yo, Chark, you lied to me, da-da-da. Mind you, I'm clout chasing, but I'm shouting out Chark too. Like, I'm thinking as a content creator, like, I'm going to shout out Chark, because Chark he's intertwined with all of this. So I'm in defense of TyTheGuy. I'm coming at DuB. I'm shouting out Chark. And then Chark, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, Chark, do you feel like I was being serious about, like, you know, coming at you? Like, when I'm like calling you a liar, do you feel like I'm just clout chasing, or do you feel like I really feel some type of way about you? And I don't really remember, like, cause now I'm kind of like heated about it. Like, he just like, I feel like he kind of was just like, nah, like, I don't feel like you was really coming at me. But either way, it was just like, he was more so just like, Chark was just on some blow, like, you just wrong. And I'm like, okay, I'm wrong. He was like, so that don't make sense. You admit that you're wrong, but you want to apologize. I'm like, bro, being a content creator, being a clout chaser, right? It's like being a comedian. You know what I mean? You don't really have the right to tell a joke and then be like, oh no, and then once people get offended from the joke, right? Now you want to be like, nah, bro, it's just a joke. No, you told a joke that offended people. People feel some type of way. And people have a right to feel some type of way based on the joke that you said. People are going to be mad. Now you have to deal with the consequences. It's like when Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. Do I think it was professional for Will to do that? Absolutely not. But like Will had his breaking point where you don't know what people going through. You don't know how people feel. So if I bump into DuB or if I bumped into somebody that's affiliated with DuB, right? Because I'm pretty sure like the people around them, I'm pretty sure none of them probably feel, they don't know me. And I'm pretty sure none of them like me. And I'm pretty sure they gonna stand by their cousin or stand by their mans as they should. But me, I'ma stand on my own as I always have. So I'm talking to Chark and I'm like, oh, he was talking about he said, should I call DuB? And I knew DuB wasn't gonna get on live. DuB wasn't gonna give me that kind of publicity, because if DuB said he not putting no money in people's pockets. So if he not trying to box TyTheGuy for some money, I mean, he could come on live, but like that's giving me more attention. Like that's giving, and I felt like he could have did it if DuB kind of see where I'm coming from. But again, I don't know DuB. And if that's what if DuB on some I feel some type of way, he don't rock with me, I'm gonna keep it real. DuB, you ain't never rock with me. I feel like you would, I meant what I said. And I'm telling Chark like, yo, I still stand on what I said. Yeah, I was clout chasing, but there's a lot of truth into that too. Like, I feel like not just, I'm using DuB as an example for real. I feel like most people watch my content, which for entertainment, right? That's what you watch content for, right? And, you know, Chark was trying to use it against me. He's like, yo, bro, like you put this kind of content out. Like, this is how you represent yourself. Yes, I represent myself as a clout chaser, as someone that sleeps on the floor, as a man that doesn't have his life in order. Yes. But you know why I do that? Because that's really my situation. And that's the best option I have right now to market myself. You know what I'm saying? My creativity is just not where it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just not, there's other things I could have done and could do, but I haven't done it. So basically, I'm just an unsuccessful content creator that just took a bad path, right? But yeah, so like, again, this is the last time I'm not going to talk about this unless, again, there's like a reaction video, and then again, it makes sense to like talk about it. But overall, bro, like I said at the beginning, like I'm a fan. Like I watched these guys from the whole DDG umbrella. You know what I'm saying? DDG was the first person I saw when I literally typed in how to make money on YouTube. I scroll down, I type, like I see a whole bunch of white people and I see a black kid. I hit the black kid, right? The black kid was DDG. That's how I found out about DDG. And I was just trying to learn how to make money on YouTube. And then from that video, it went from another video to the point where I just started watching all of them. And I went down the rabbit hole of just DuB, watching Vaughn, watching T.O., watching Chark, watching Ty, watching Tweezy, watching all of them. Like, I don't even want to forget anybody's name, because real talk, like I don't got no problems with nobody. You feel me? Bro, I used to watch your content. Like, damn, like I want to make content with these guys. Like, who doesn't? Like, who didn't want to be with DDG and all of them? You know what I'm saying? Who didn't? Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're black. Like, they were the pioneers, and they were a good representation for black content creators, and that's why I respect them so much. And I would never want beef with them, right? I don't. But again, I'm also standing on what I said and what I did. The CVS video, the Pop Smoke video, even though I apologize about, I'm not like the content that I made, bro, like the controversial, the viral stuff, I wasn't happy about doing none of that, but I did what I felt like I had to do. And I got to stand on it. Because if I try to forget about it and if I try to put it to the past, guess what? There's millions of people that's going to remind me of it anyways. So I'm learning and I'm accepting to stand on everything I did. Even if it's something I feel like, damn, I didn't have to come at DuB like that. I could have did a reaction. I could have did that reaction very differently. TyTheGuy versus DuB. I didn't have to include myself, but I did to market myself. You know why? and this is gonna come off very entitlement, as entitled, and this is gonna come as me being entitled. It's because ain't nobody gonna do nothing for me, bro. Period. I've been going viral since 2019, bro. Ain't nobody gonna do it. If somebody was gonna try to save me, they would have been done it by now. I gotta save myself. So if me coming in at DuB gets me 100,000 views on TikTok, and DuB got a problem with it and he feels some type of way, I'm gonna be honest with you. What do I lose with DuB? What do I lose? Bro is why, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stand on what I said. DuB don't owe me nothing, but DuB was watching me and he didn't reach out not one time about anything, about nothing. I don't lose nothing unless you want to look at it like, all right, now I got beef with somebody or there's some type of, bro, I'm built for that too, nigga. Like if it really came down to that, like I stand on that. You feel me? Because I really got that kind of aggression and I really got that kind of pain. And it's not that, and it's not no beef with them, but like I'm telling Chark, I'm like, bro, I'm not apologizing because I'm standing on what I'm standing on. And plus, like, these yous are not my mans. Chark is not my man. Ty is not my man. DuB is not my man. DDG don't even know who I am. Like, and for the rest of them that watching this and watch the other video and they feel some type of way, those are not my mans, and I do not depend on people. Now, I would like it, bro. Here's the thing. I always wanted to like depend on people. Like I wanted that. Like I'm doing this by myself, bro. It's not fun. It's not cool. But that's just how I was built. Like my life. Like I've always been by myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I'm moving. And I'm gonna just keep it at that, bro. You feel some type of way about me, feel some type of way about me. It ain't no beef unless you want to make it that. And I just gotta stand on what I stand on. I don't want no problems with nobody. But at the same time, it is what it is with me, bro. So, like I said, I'll admit to being wrong, but I did what I did as a content creator. I did what I did as a clout chaser. And, you know, I definitely wish I could go back my whole life and do things differently, but it is what it is, and I'm standing on it. So, yo, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chark. I thought, you know what I'm saying? I don't know you. You don't know me. It's not no beef with you. But I definitely, now I'm being for real, bro. Like, I feel different about you after that conversation. But like I said, I understand that you defending your mans. You know, DuB is your mans, and you don't know me. So, ain't no reason for you to defend me, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, bro. So I'm not, you know what I mean? Ain't no reason for me, but like I said, like this is my last response to all of this stuff, bro.